What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason and Joe here. I am fully moved now. I'm in my new space. Still a bit of a work in progress. We'll probably see the lighting and things in the background change over the coming videos. But thanks for everybody's patience. Our schedule has been all messed up because of the move and other things going on in our lives. I do swear that the X video is coming. But we had something else come up today that pushed it back even further than we wanted it to be. So we're going to do a couple reviews quickly here for you and drop those over the next day or two. It's kind of a stopgap measure. The X videos are coming, and then shortly after that will be the Warren Zevon. But today we're going to review the new Black Midi record. It's called Hellfire. Black Midi is a very hyped up band over the last couple of years with several very critically acclaimed releases. This really, though, is my first exposure to them outside of maybe sampling a song or two from their previous. But this is for sure my first full album listen. How about for you?
I did listen to Cavalcade and I really hated it. I'm just totally off the Black Midi bandwagon. Did not go back and listen to Schlagenheim after hearing Cavalcade, despite the myriad best of the year lists it made it on and everything. So I wasn't even going to listen to Hellfire, but I figured I'd give them one more shot. Very little exposure to Black Midi. That whole I don't even know what genre, post-prog rock, post-rock prog, or whatever it was with Squid and all those other bands. Totally not my scene, so I was a little afraid again going into Hellfire.
Yeah, I'm not as adverse to the post-punk revival as you are, but that's kind of been my impression as well. I wasn't really excited about the little snippets that I've heard in the past, so I didn't go into this one with any expectation of enjoying it at all. So I actually, though, I will say I quite enjoyed it. It's just a barrage of musical ideas, many of which are very cool. There's times where they settle into tunes that I think are great. I enjoy the vocals way more than I thought I would. That's actually one of the strong points for me. I think his vocals are really cool, very versatile. He's able to kind of croon / talk sing at times, get more aggressive. I think there's a couple guys in the bands that sing. I'm not really sure if I've got them, figured out who's who or who's singing what yet. But yeah, I like the vocals pretty much across the board. Yeah, first kind of impression of this, I'm going 4 stars. I think it's a pretty solid, very good record.
Yeah, I'm also at 4 stars. And yeah, I mean, the vocals are usually what hold me back from this type of music, but I mean, I don't even know if I'd be able to recognize this band if I had just heard Cavalcade. And then this totally not what I expected. Much more melodically interesting, less dissonant, less of sort of the annoying talk singing. I mean, there's plenty of sort of talk singing. He does this old British radio announcer kind of voice on Hellfire, the opening track, but it never is annoying. I don't think it ever takes away from the music, and the music's the star. Obviously, it's really dense, twisty. The instruments are falling over themselves, falling over each other, making this big stew of weird art rock, prog rock stuff. There's a million different instruments, so it's hard to know even what's going on. I mean, it's beyond my musical knowledge exactly what they're doing and how they're pulling it all off. But it's almost like listening to a Yes album back in the glory days of prog, where it's just things don't even make sense, but it sounds cool anyway, despite just the random cavalcade of stuff that seems like it's going off. I mean, there's some softer moments, which is great. They bring things down still, especially they do some nice acoustic guitars, there's some lap steel, some nice softer horns. It's actually a pretty song, which I didn't expect them to bust out stuff like that. So I think it's very diverse, the twisty jazz prog stuff they do, but they know when to bring it down a notch and sort of just mellow and let the music soak. So definitely better than I expected, and yeah, 4 stars for me.
I will say, even though I enjoyed it, giving it 4 stars, I am torn on some of the album's crazier moments, some of the like proggy interludes where things get heavier and a little chaotic. I don't know. I guess I get that that's part of their appeal and kind of the way that they jar you around a little bit, moving between these passages. But I don't know. Right now, it's kind of exciting listening to it. I don't know how much, like, once I get used to all of the twists and turns as I listen to it more and it becomes, more familiar, if the songs are strong enough underneath still to hold up once like that kind of excitement wears a little. So we'll see. It could go up, it could go down. I could see this going to 4.5 or 3.5. But yeah, I made note of the song Still as well. I thought it was really cool, kind of a country folk angle on it, grows into this lushly orchestrated piece by the end. The Defense, I think, is a really cool song. That one, I think, sounds a bit like Grizzly Bear almost, which is not a band I expected to compare them to going into this, especially his vocals reminds me a lot of some Grizzly Bear vocals. I like the closing track, 27 Questions, a lot. That track moves through several distinct sections. You've got like these cabaret elements all throughout the record too, which I think are really cool and interesting, and some like Baroque indie pop stuff. My expectation going into this was that it was going to be a lot heavier, a lot crazier. And there are those moments, especially in the front half, but there are definitely plenty of really pretty and tuneful melodic moments. So if anyone else out there is kind of afraid of the insanity that is so heavily talked about with this band, I would give it a chance anyway. I think there's still a lot that you might find to be enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of diversity. I do like the insanity parts. I like Sugar Sue, that like crazy in sync, the drum and the riff that just, hammer away. I think that's pretty cool. And this feels like an actual like progressive, like it's a progressive album because it's not relying on like the same old prog tricks. Like this feels like a new thing, not like a regressive, hey, we're gonna copy Genesis and Yes and everything. So I thought that was cool, and I'm glad that they made me like that kind of thing, because it's always sort of scared me, like that next step. But if stuff like this is the next step, with all the twists and turns and the heaviness, the lightness, but just without that dissonance and sort of that annoying post-punk stuff that I don't like. I don't think there's a single moment on here. Maybe I think at one point I did write down like maybe too much singing, like tone it down a little bit, because it is just like constant. And I would like to hear some of the intricate instrumentation a little bit better, but that's pretty much it. I mean, the lyrics I think are mostly nonsense, but that doesn't bother me at all.
Are they? I didn't dig too deep into the lyrics. I read some about it, and people seem to think that it's I don't know, thematic and kind of all tied together and talking about, I don't know, war or something.
It's possible. It's not as nonsense as, say, like Mars Volta. Like there does seem to be like some construction there. It's not just like stream of consciousness. But I don't know if they're lyrics that where you could actually glean anything from them without already knowing like the story behind them. I read some of them as I was listening, and it's just it seems like a lot of just sort of moods and, I don't know, word associations, without getting into like it's not Bob Dylan or anything like that. So I don't know, maybe there is meaning behind the lyrics. Maybe you really got to dig deep though.
All right, everybody. So let us know if you've heard this record, what you think of it. If you haven't heard it, give it a chance. Let us know. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet, hit the bell for notifications, and just hold tight. All those things that we have planned are coming, we swear. And, check the video description for links to all of our social media, our Patreon. Check that out. A lot of stuff going on our Discord. Very cool community there. You can join that for only $1 a month. We also have a merch store, lots of things to check out. So head over to the video description, follow the links. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.